This is MLB The Show 24. We're here on PlayStation 5. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is the latest entry in the very long-running baseball simulation series that aims to capture the league style and flair of the MLB. In video game format, there is a plethora of differing ways to approach and play the game across many different modes, lots of different difficulty options and settings. So let's dive in and enjoy this latest year within the series. So what are we getting here? As per usual, 4K resolution, 60 FPS, HDR support. You're able to play alone or with up to 4 people locally. There's up to 8 online. There's crossplay offerings, and just like I said, a host of differing modes, options, and game types to enjoy. Now this year, things are, to me, a lot more iterative, where it's very similar to last year's release, some more fine-tuning, but I was kind of a little hard-pressed to find new features in this that really do evolve or change up the gameplay. So just keep that in mind as we're going through this, as it is very similar to last year, more so than I think we've seen in previous years, as we did get that big current gen bump up, and then obviously they were, supporting... Ooh, that was bad. I thought I was lined up a little bit better than that. Since they did start supporting multiple console platforms, I don't know if that's factored into getting sort of larger upgrades or changes, but it does feel very similar. That being said, it's a very, very good baseball game, so if it is similar to last year, it's still very well polished, it's still very, very great, and it really comes down to, if you buy it every year, you're probably buying it regardless, and you're just wanting to see what it's like and what's new, which we'll dive into very shortly, building up to that, obviously. But if you've waited a few years, well-polished package, good offering, something you can enjoy. So, let's dive in. 400 new animations and logic improvements, with a focus on fielder urgency. That includes things like off-the-wall plays, and also a little bit of how the ball moves around when it's out in the field. There's new throws, adjusting how throws are delivered on the field, particularly around the first base type concept and scenario. Ooh, that's good? Oh no, is it good? Oh. For a second there, I thought I really had that. So yeah, new animations around pitching. There's the pinpoint pitching system. 4 new gestures bring the total to 14. So this is just more accurate and authentic ways that pitchers are able to interact with the ball and throw it at the batter. Pitcher animations are based around the new disengagement rule. So they've kind of adjusted the way the game plays and feels based on that new rule, and that's a lot of the adjustments there. We've also seen that the bases have been changed size-wise to account for extra coverage on these game adjustments. So a lot of the play this year is a lot of kind of in the field, out there, and then the pitching element too. Right, so that's kind of where we're seeing a lot of the overall adjustments and changes this time around. It's mostly fine-tuning things, refining some smaller stuff, and doing some more quality of life improvements. Can't catch a break, am I right? So when it comes to the game modes, storylines is sort of a big highlighted focus. 10 fresh historical legends are being highlighted in partnership with a legacy museum effort. And within storylines, you will get a focus on Derek Jeter's career. So the historical, I guess you would say, options. Oh, that's so out. So out. So that you get a focus on Derek Jeter's career, recreating pivotal moments from the history of the sport. That's with the legacy legends and also specifically Derek Jeter. Road to the Show. Work your way from AA ball all the way to the name of the game, The Show, as you attempt to define your legacy within the sport. This is a mode that does have some adjustments. Oh, and also I should mention you're trying to battle to your postseason dreams. As obviously, it's all about winning the big, it's all about that. Get that shiny trophy. There's a new option for defense in the form of impact plays, and with that come new QuickTime events. So essentially, you're now able to have a more refined defensive type offering if you choose to go down that particular route. The MLB Draft Combine has been refined and adjusted so that you now have more options or different ways to wow the scouts that will be looking at you and deciding whether or not you will be, well, where you'll end up, basically. I mean, it's a video game, right? It's going to impact where you end up, and they've sort of just refined that. Diamond Dynasty returns, create custom setups and scenarios and compete against others. You gotta gather those cards. Every self-respecting sports game has got to have a card system baked into it. And you know what, this one is very, very much the same as usual. You build a squad, play head-to-head, there's co-op stuff, there's single player. Very, very on par with what we've seen in previous times. And it's kind of a cool mode, kind of a thing. Obviously, it's super popular. That's why so many people dive into it and enjoy it. So Diamond Dynasty is back and about the same as per usual. We've got the March to October. Control your favorite team and work on key streamlined season moments as you aim to battle to reach the postseason. So it's just sort of more cleaned up, fine-tuned, well, seasonal mode. So that's pretty straightforward there. Again, nothing wildly different for that one. What's going on with that? That was a little weird. Okay. You're out of here. The fan cam. So we got franchise, pick a team, build a team, work through seasons, franchise mode, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy, about the same as per usual. We've got your other typical match setups. You do your quick exhibition where you just kind of pick some teams, play some games. That's honestly what I usually do for my sports games. I don't get as into it as a lot of other people do. I just usually like to play instant action. That's kind of my jam. You know what? That's pretty cool too, right? I think that's not bad. Woo! It's out of here somehow. Okay, I'll take it. I will take it. They've got daily lineup matches that aim to emulate and simulate the regular games of the season. Online multiplayer, so you play a plethora of different ways, competitive, together. There's retro game modes, kind of like that old RBI baseball game, where it's just really back to basics. Home run derby, where you're trying to hit as many balls as you can. Practice mode, so you can prepare and practice. Defining highlighted moments. There's also a challenge of the week. So if you want to compete for digital rewards, that's something else that's present there. The game also features a bunch of cool customization things. Creating your own stadiums, player stuff, symbols, all that kind of stuff, and share it with others, and download what others have made. There's a wide range of differing stadiums, some new, some historic, some downloaded from others. Yeah, there's also the All-Star Stadium setup too was in this one. Pretty, again, like straightforward. Like it captures the scope and the style and the feel of MLB The Show. And, well, sorry, of the MLB within the show. Captures the baseball simulation. Obviously, oh, beautiful. Obviously on PlayStation 5, you get that nice feeling with the controller and everything. It's fully set up and optimized for the platform with it being its home. And has been for, since it started. Feels great to play. Handles well on the controller. It's a nice experience. It's clean. It performs well. And again, it was just really a comment, like I was saying, where this is iterative from what we've seen in the past. Like it's still, it's great. It's a baseball game. It's fun. It's engaging. Captures the sport. It allows you to play it in a serious capacity where it's more simulation. They've got dynamic difficulty options you can turn on or off. You can choose how hard it is to bat, how hard it is to pitch. And it just allows you to enjoy the experience alone against the AI or with lots of other people online in various ways. It's very hard for me to find modes that I think they could really add. I'm always open to hearing about people's thoughts on, like, well, basically what you think they could really do to improve and or change the experience, honestly, because it's pretty great. Has all the different game modes. The thing I'd come up with thinking about this when I was first checking out on Xbox was like, oh, maybe some more management type options, but there's lots of other separate games that kind of do that sort of thing too, so like, that's gonna be a double. Ugh. Yeah, that was bad. I don't know, I sit here and I'm kind of like, what more did they add? What more did they do? How else could they change things up, you know? Like, obviously, they're going to be doing... There's more animations and changes and adjustments they'll make year on year on year, but you've got a really fine-tuned, well-developed baseball game that offers basically everything you could really expect or need in a baseball game. It does it well, it looks good. I guess I would say maybe it would be nice if the crowd got a bit more of an overhaul. Is that out of here? That's out of here. It's gone. But you know, like the backdrops for the stadium, there's lots of people doing little things. It's, I guess, to some degree realistic. You know, they continue to refine smaller things, like with the pitching and, you know, the catching and all that. But seriously, like, it's well done, offers a lot of gameplay. It's fun, it's engaging. I enjoy it. I know the baseball enthusiasts have a great time with it each year. It's just kind of like this year is, to me, a little bit more iterative than we've seen in the past, and I think that might factor into the interest of some folks, and I just wanted to kind of highlight that, give some thoughts on it, and give you a presentation so you have an idea of what this game has to offer for you if you're jumping in and wanting to play this year's release. And I'll just have non-commentary gameplay so you could see it more in action quietly if you'd like to.
And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
3-1 ball game, quick game. We were looking for a little bit more. It seemed at points the offenses were going.
Almost ready to get underway. And our starting pitcher here today, Dylan Cease. What should we keep an eye on here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. The wind of the pitch. Fastball for a strike. And this one is off and running. Swings and misses. 0-2. Righty delivers. On the ground, out to short. Zips it across. And a quick out, number one. And here is Devers. Devers, the baby-faced assassin. That catches the top part of the zone. That's strike one.
Yeah, and here's a fun stat on Devers. He's at his best when he's hitting homers and doubles, and by the time he was 26 years old, Devers already had over 150 home runs and more than 200 doubles. He's just the 15th player in baseball history with those kinds of numbers at that age.
And that's too high.
It's a good take.
1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, Brooke, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Tristan Casas stands in now and watches strike one. A little out front there as he swings through.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count 0-2. All 4 pitches in play right here, partner.
2 outs, base is empty. Fights that one away and the count remains 0-2. One ball, there.
2 strikes.
Out there to center. Robert on the move. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Red Sox nothing. White Sox coming up. You're dialed into the show. And now, Andrew Benintendi. The wind and the pitch. And a foul ball. Giolito, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Whips it to Casas. One gone, bottom half of the first. Andrew Vaughn now. That one lifted to left. Out number 2. Luis Robert now. Lots of pop at the plate. Outfield playing back almost on the warning track. Swings through that one for strike 1.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Line drive. And in one hops the wall. Duran quickly gets it back in. Go ahead run into scoring position as he stops at second.
He was all over that one. Just an awesome swing of the bat, quick hands, and just launched the baseball. 108 on the exit velocity. Man, that is coming off the bat pretty good. I know he's feeling good about it.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. Activity in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Zach Pellet appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Martin, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Top of the second, and now Masataka Yoshida. Now one close, ruled the ball. Ball 1. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And Boog, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
Trevor Story, the next to hit, takes ball 1. To the left side, but it is well fouled. And a pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. That one back. And gone! That was blasted to the moon. And they take the lead. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew he wasn't coming back.
Wilyer Abreu, the next to hit. That clips the corner. Abreu, in his rookie season, 24 years old. And he's usually in center, but today starting at right. Just missed.
Well, less responsibility for him today, making the move from being the captain of the outfield to moving to right field. So he can let his center fielder take those balls in the gap and kind of like a little day off.
Robert squeezes it. 2 away. 2 outs. Base is empty. Here's Tyler O'Neill. 0-1. 1 run across in the frame so far. Here at the top of the second. Strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Looping, breaking ball, and he struck him out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's an. And we're back. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's Eloy Jimenez. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Here comes the pitch. Puts it in the air out towards left center. makes the grab.